Behind us is the brand new 2026 Dodge Charger 6-pack Scat Pack.
It is powered by a twin-turbo 3-liter inline-6 that makes 550 horsepower and 531 foot-pound of torque.
And in the next 60 days, Suppy has to convert this thing to a full-blown drift car that Driftmeister extraordinaire Corey Hosford is going to drive at events like Roadkill Nights and Gridlife and FuelFest around the country.
What?
Yeah, so there's just a couple of things you gotta do. So essentially, right now it's all-wheel drive. You need to convert it to two-wheel drive. You gotta widen it, you gotta put a cage in it, you gotta put bigger turbos on it, get about 700 horsepower out of it. You gotta put in a quick change rear end, we gotta test it. You need wheels, tires, brakes. So yeah, so you got 60 days to build this one, but then we got another one coming too in the way of a 4-door.
I hate you, Mike.
I know, but he's gotta get started. So, well, that's all coming up right now on this season of Suppy's Garage. All right, there we go.
There you go. Okay, so first off, this looks kind of familiar.
This is the same engine that we essentially did in the Drag Hornet that we built for Roadkill Nights a couple years ago.
Okay.
So you've already done this, and that thing ripped, right? I mean, that thing was running kind of low 10s, mid 10s, and we didn't touch the turbos, we didn't touch anything. That was a stock engine.
So we know this is a good base to start with.
Yeah.
The rest of the car, I've never seen this car in the neighborhoods. I've never seen it on the streets.
Well, honestly, we are. We're the first, well, when I say we, I mean you're the first shop to really get one to fully modify. I think there are gonna be people in the same way that the Chargers and the Challengers of yore, people took them and they modded them. This is gonna be the first one that's, when I say a full custom, I'm talking a full-on custom with one singular mission, which is to be a real drift car. But they also make this in the 4-door, and that one we're gonna turn into a full-on drift taxi with 4 seats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the whole deal.
Okay,
The fact of the matter is, this is a pre-production car, this is a test vehicle, which is one of the reasons that we have it.
Okay, so this was one of the very first ones to hit the road.
I have a feeling this car has been through some hell, just because when you look at it, like if you guys look at the interior of this thing, there are panels missing, there's this, that, and the other thing, which honestly, in a test car is what you want, because you're gonna butcher this thing and cut it up anyway, right?
Yeah, we're gonna cut it up, so this being a little ratty is perfect. It don't feel so bad.
So let me ask you this from the builder's perspective. What on this car, as you see now, is, aside from the engine, is going to remain?
I was looking at it just a little bit. The brakes are big. We're gonna have a problem proportioning the brakes because it's electronic, it looks like from here.
Yep.
Some body panels that we are gonna like mold and make wider.
So then what we really need to do is I need to get this to Abimelech. We got to get some renderings done of this thing, get a livery on this thing, right? We'll talk to Dodge about that and stuff like that and see what they want. There are certain things that I'm looking at that I don't, and you tell me if I'm wrong. Like this has a glass roof. Does that stay?
Oh, that's definitely not staying.
I love the interior. I love it. I know it's probably going to be completely gutted.
There's not going to be any of it left. Well, you know what? No, we'll probably keep the dash because that's a really nice looking dash. Okay. And I think that will turn into a really nice race car dash. And that's about all we're keeping in the interior.
And that's it?
That's it.
All right, so let me ask you this. Do you think you can pull this off in 60 days?
We don't really have much of a choice. But yes, we can definitely do it.
All right. I mean, I've seen you do it before, man, so I'm not worried. I mean, I'm a little worried. All right, do me a favor. When you're doing this, just keep me posted. Give me a phone call, and like, I'll be bouncing back and forth.
Are you leaving again?
Dude, I live in San Francisco. You're in LA.
Yeah, this always happens to me. He brings work and then he leaves.
Bro, you're the one with the shop, not me.
Before we get started, there's some new faces in the shop. That one right there. What up? That is Derek, the overly excited young guy. And then we have also another guy. His name is Janto. Come here.
What is up?
You guys remember Alex? Mr.
Are we doing something?
Mr. Happy Man over here.
All right, let's get started. We got a lot to do, not a lot of time. So first things first, we got Derek, we got Janzel ripping out the interior because we're gonna be putting in an FD spec roll cage. We got 1 3/4 095 for this job. So we got 2 race seats we're gonna put in this with the halos, probably. We're gonna firewall it off behind the main hoop. Then we're gonna be doing a rear mount radiator setup as well as a fuel cell in the back. Other than that, we're gonna be replacing the rear brakes. Drift cars need to have hydraulic handbrakes. These giant calipers in the back. They're incredible brakes, but for this application, they're not gonna work because we can only get so big of a hydraulic master cylinder to work our hydraulic handbrake. That's the gist of what we're gonna do right now. We'll get into more specifics later on.
Well, this is great, right? It was a pre-production car, so you're gonna see like the tape mark where they ran the wire. This is what I love. Check this out. This is the oh shit, everything went wrong button, right? It does not come with the new cars.
Nor the computer on the ground in that weird, strange box that we don't know what it does. That's like a Nintendo GameCube.
Look, this thing.
That's old school, man.
What laptop did that plug into? You don't get to see this side of like pre-production cars. I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to look at it and go, wow, they really drove this thing. Nobody had any idea if it was going to survive or would do whatever it does.
Well, you showed them the bottom, right? They really put this thing through space.
This thing, the bottom of this car, seen some shit. You could rest assured that Dodge put their new Chargers through a lot.
He's already got his flashlight on and everything.
Derek is such the technician, yeah. And Janzel is just Janzel. The luscious locks of Janzel. He's gonna be like a meme. Yo, if you guys want some Janzel stickers, hit me up. I got you.
There we go.
Doesn't help that the door is too low.
Strongest dude in the shop. That's why he's
Okay, there. There we go.
Look at that. It only took 2 minutes. I don't know why he was complaining about it.
The teardown is definitely more fun. Definitely more fun than the building. I think that's just my preference because I don't build things.
Shit, yo, we found the key. It's all like space technology. We have evidence of where they've been. They went to this development place.
Do you need an O2 sensor?
Yeah, I want that.
Do you need another O2 sensor?
Oh shit, yeah, we need that.
There you go. O2 sensor cap.
Yeah.
There you go.
Put that on here. God damn.
You're not cutting those belts off.
Dodge is, they're doing a good job with the seatbelts. Thanks.
Listen to that sound.
Oh.
It just rolled back.
Yeah.
Bam.
Hold on, hold it, hold it.
Yeah! Ah! I think more sound effects.
This is definitely not the way you're supposed to do this. Oh, I bet it's over here.
Oh, there is a screw. No?
All right. Derek's done this before. Just a little backstory on Derek. Derek built a car on the sidewalk of Santa Monica.
Yeah.
And he's still building a car on the sidewalk of Santa Monica.
Oh, hell no, man.
Until it's done. I got a gift.
This is bigger than my bedroom. Holy, what is this? Oh, this is like top secret stuff. You gotta blur all this stuff out. Let me see. Wow.
What are these seats?
Maybe you should turn the seats into like office chairs.
That would be sick.
That's a horrible idea.
You should just take them home for your apartment.
Oh yeah, I'll take it home.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a better idea. Let's let Jantel take them home so he can turn them into seats in his apartment. Everything. Relax. Look, let me give you a piece of advice, kids. If you're stripping a car at home, don't be an animal and pull all the panels off, and don't try to cut everything. Because you can actually learn something from taking apart a car. If you take it apart carefully, you can figure out how the factory puts stuff together. You actually do learn a lot of the engineering, what goes into, putting a car together by disassembling it. So it's a good lesson.
I think it was too small. Headliner's out. And I think that somewhat wraps up the interior. It's a pretty good day. Pretty good day so far. I'm very excited to be taking this apart. What I'm most looking forward to is taking the motor and trans out of that thing, ripping it out, and getting it prepped for a race car. I can't wait. All right. that it? Are we done?
Now that the interior is out of the car, well, it's time to get to the mechanics. However, the guys got a little ahead of themselves without the cameras rolling. Gentlemen, not again.
So now we're at the stage where we're ripping the axles out and taking the downpipes off. Chain up the motor and then start pulling it out. So we'll do it inch by inch, make sure everything is good. Once we're at that point, take it out and then go from there.
Derek, you're taking off the cat. That should be 3.5 seconds for you.
It's taking off 2 cats stuck together. That's the hard part.
You're not used to it, huh? You're usually sawing them out from underneath the car. Damn. You want me to turn off the lights, lower the car so you can lay on your back and come out faster?
Well, I need to be laying on the ground.
Yeah. Jansen hasn't done shit in 2 days. I'm sure Grimm hasn't done shit in 2 days.
Oh, he has. Lots of complaining. Lots of murmur. Lots of
I'm gonna go home and play with my golf set.
Let's see. Slide this down. So there's just enough gap on the front one, the rear one's touching, and the front 2x4 is touching. So then once we start loosening the bolts, I have a clear path right here that I can strap it all together to the dolly to make it more stable, because it's gonna wanna move left and right. It shouldn't move forward and back. About to drop the subframe onto the dolly right there. So we have 18 bolts in total to take out. I've already done a quick prelim in loosening the transmission bolts. So what that's gonna do is keep the transmission held up just in case anything happens. You don't want that to fall over. Got some movement. That was definitely the last bolt. Made a huge mistake one time and took those out, and the whole thing just went back into the firewall. Not doing that again. We are fully disconnected and resting on the dolly. We'll lift the car up and see how we're doing. Make sure those jack stands are good back there. Yeah, let's lift it up. I have a weird feeling. I'm looking at it. I think we're about to get it out first try. Oh, because I put these on for safety.
I have to call, hey, Mr. Dodge, yeah, our guy can't get the motor out, so you're not gonna get your car in time. Sorry, Mr. Dodge.
Look, I was playing the safety game.
Holy that motor's about to fall out, dog. Well, why don't you lower the lift and the...
Well, we can't, because now it's caught.
It's caught?
It's caught on itself. He tried going down and it won't go down. I also forgot I put these on for safety, and I forgot to take them off. So now we're in this predicament.
Dodge, we've done this, don't worry.
There we go. See, I told you, dropping it out from the bottom would be the easiest way to do it. Easiest way to do it. All right, you guys fix it. I'm going home now. See ya. He's impressed.
I'm not impressed, but I ain't mad. How's that?
Speechless.
We actually accomplished something today. By we, I mean, it was mostly Derek. Let me give him some credit. Derek, I'll give you a little bit of credit today. I was in and out all day. Derek was really fighting this thing to get it out. So here it is, and it is big, dude. I didn't realize how big this transmission is.
It's just robust. It's just huge. There's so much stuff there to take off. But we got it done. That's only a third of the way. Only a third of the way though. We still got a lot to do, but it's a great day.
We still have the rest of the interior,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna move on taking the rear suspension out, take the gas tank out, and then the fun begins with putting stuff back in. So, tomorrow's another day.
Now you're all probably wondering, you're saying, Alex, this car has a really nice... Bro. Oh!
This is a good one.